Hi guys, this is me clearing a small misconception when it comes to having fish. So I've been getting texts like, "Oh my gosh, you're having fish." They'll be like, "So free if you let them in the ocean." Number one, marine and freshwater fish. They are two different kinds. They don't live together. So I know some people still have this doubt. I don't know. It's like I find it weird. So saltwater fish can't live in freshwater. So yeah, that's that. And the fish I have here. So you see, these are discussed, and I have some other fish in here. So like rainbow and tetras and stuff, which I'm like a quite huge fan of. So the misconception is okay. If they are out in the wild, they will be free and they'll be swimming. Yeah, I get that. So discus is not a fish local to Sri Lanka. So they are like mostly in the Amazon basins, and these guys are not. You don't find them in the wild, the colors and stuff. So they've been inbred for generations to get this color. So I don't think these guys can live in the wild. And the other thing is, if you're having the right size tank for the right fish, I find it fair. For example, I've seen people having catfish. Catfish would go up to I think 2 feet plus, maybe. I can't remember because we had catfish that were like 11 years old. Yeah, they would go more than 1 feet. And having a catfish in a 2 feet tank, and I would find that very unfair. Catfish is a fish that you would at least put. My tank is 4 feet. As you could see, it's a really big tank. It's 200 liters. But if you're using catfish, I would recommend having a tank that's 200 liters plus, which is like a tank bigger than a 4 feet tank. So there are specifications when it comes to having fish. So if you guys could, before buying a fish, you go to a pet store or a fish store and you guys want a fish you're interested in, just ask him the name, right? Okay, what is the name of the fish? Is it a Malawi? Is it a Oscar or whatever it is? Just ask him the name of the fish. And if you're like really interested, then go to Google and see the requirements. That's what I do. So you can't, this discus is a cichlid variety, but they are quite friendly. So you can see that there are so many small fish in the tank. And there's a planted tank as well. So they don't fight with other fish. But Oscars, they fight. Malawi, they fight. So you should see their compatible tank mates when it comes to fish and just Google them up. Okay, you see whether this fish is compatible with this. What are the parameters? Is it like easy, medium, or hard? Easy is like anyone could keep that fish. Medium is like, okay, you need some level of knowledge to have that fish. Hard is like you should be an expert to have that fish. So when it comes to those, just Google them up and see, okay, can I have this fish? And because at the end of the day, it's a life. Just don't bring home and just kill the fish. And I find it hard when I find it really sad, people putting small fish inside, big fish inside small tanks. Please don't do that. And the other thing is, a good example is, since most of you guys might know about dogs or cats, how about you guys take a small cat and just take one cat and just put it inside this tank. Okay, this tank is too small, maybe something like a 6 feet tank, and put the cat inside and keep. You find it unfair, right? The same goes to fish. And you have like huge fish like arapaima and stuff like that. They're huge tanks and huge ponds if you're having them. So just look them up, see whether that fish is compatible, see whether you can have that fish, and see whether it's more like a responsibility. See whether you're like really responsible and you're willing to take such a responsibility. And if you're into the hobby, just go, because at the end of the day, it's not only about having fish. It's about the filtration system. It's about doing water changes. It's about the maintenance, and they might get diseases. You have to do medication, and it's a big thing. So make sure you're like ready to take all those in, then go for it. Having fish is like one of the best things I ever can have, because I might have a stress day and I just come here and just look at my fish. That's what I just keep staring. I just sit in place and just keep staring. That's what I do. So this it really helps me calm me down. So yeah, that's what I have to say for you. Cheers.